welcome back to Evil's Comics. This guy right here is Evil Mike, or Mike if you prefer, and I got a review for you today. Today we're going to be talking about DC Comics, The Penguin, issue number 2. It is written by Tom King, art by Rafael De Latorre, colors by Marcelo, Maiolo, and then letters by Clayton, Cowles. Before we get started on this review, please like, comment, subscribe on this guy's channel. It does help. Hit the like button, the share. It's all free. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit a notification bell. I don't have a schedule. I just put them out when I can put them out. Alright, so let's get started. The Penguin. It's kind of featured on the main cover of what this one's about, but it's about this guy right here, the Help. I don't have a full name on him. I don't know if I got that, but basically we start out and we have the Penguin pulling up to this guy's estate. It's narrated like multiple people throughout the issue, but it's all like third person perspectives, and the first narration is basically the Help, and he's talking about during his life what he was doing, and he lived like, you know, a serviceable life, and up until a certain point he retired, he gave up killing, and, you know, bought a house, and, you know, he's been living it up, and, you know, ever since then. The Penguin makes a house call to this guy, and basically Penguin is trying to recoup his empire. He's going back to, he plans to go back to Gotham City and try to, you know, amass his crime syndicate, you know, empire back again. So that's why he's here. He's after this guy, trying to get help from the Help. He asked this guy for help, and he's like, nah, man. He was like, you know, you tried, you failed, you know, it's Batman City, it's not yours, you know, give it up, you know, move on. Penguin's like, look, I'm gonna ask nicely, you know, I need your help, I need some goons, you know. And the guy's like, he basically just laughs at him. He's like, oh, this has got to be the biggest joke ever. He was like, you expect me at my age to get, you know, involved in this, you know, crazy idea of trying to get your crime, you know, empire back? He's like, no, I'm not going to do this, but feel free to stay in the manor, you know, chalk it up with the help that I have here. You know, I'm doing this hunting thing tomorrow. If you want to, you can come along. And so Penguin does just that. Once the Help leaves, Penguin starts getting acquainted with his help, his servants, and he basically starts asking them questions, and this is where really the good part of the story starts, because he starts asking this guy, and he asks him how many other servants this guy has in his, you know, his servitude or whatever, and he tells him 28 people, give or take, 1 or 2 or whatever. We go to the next day, and we're at the hunting trip, and it's another narrated scene from basically the servant guy that's with the Help and Penguin, and he's basically telling a story about how this guy is such a good marksman that it doesn't matter like where the bird goes, how far, he never misses, kind of thing. We do get the scene where, like, it's the time, you know, Penguin asked nicely the first time. This time he's like, look, I need your help, you know, I'm not going to take no for an answer. And the guy says no. Penguin, you know, pulls out the rifle and tries to shoot him, and as you can see, he dodges it, takes the gun from Penguin and cracks him in the face. Leaves him and tells his help to, you know, fix Penguin up, get him back, you know, on his feet, kind of thing. We have the scene with Penguin and the Doctor. It's also narrated by the Doctor, and this one's the narration's a little funny as the scene plays out, because basically the Doctor resets Penguin's nose, which, as you can see, Penguin's so used to it he doesn't even flinch or anything. But eventually we get the same kind of motif. Penguin starts asking this guy questions, you know, asking him if he's the Help's only doctor, kind of thing, and the guy is like, yeah, I've been treating to the Doctor, you know, I kind of moved in here, he helped me out with funds. And before he can even finish the story, Penguin grabs him by the throat and starts choking him. This is where I mentioned the narration gets kind of funny, because he's still narrating as he's dying. He can't believe that not only is Penguin killing him, but like how strong Penguin's grip is, and he can't believe this is how his life ends, kind of thing. And sure enough, it does. We get a scene over here, and it's just implementing how badass this dude, the Help, is, and he's fencing with this guy that's supposed to be like a all-around 3-time champion, and not only fencing, but also with the foil, which is the regular fence sword, but the SB and the saber. And this guy is just, beating the crap out of him. But we later find out he's trained with Lady Shiva, and I mean, he's got to be one of the better hand-to-hand combat kind of things. He does show that he's badass, and he knocks out this guy, and basically another servant comes up and announces that the Penguin would like to have a public audience with the help, and he would like to say his farewells. So we get the scene in the library where Penguin is asking once again for the help's help. And there's been kind of an ongoing theme. The Penguin has, specifically told this guy that this isn't him every time he answers no. So this time the guy does answer no. Penguin, cocks up his umbrella and shoots this guy in the head. Get my fingers out of the way. The help is, he gets super angry and he's like, well, what, in my house? But it's kind of a little too late. I mean, he realizes at that same moment that he's already been drugged, and we get kind of the whole plot and plan laid out by the Penguin. Basically, he went through the house and, bribed or killed the people that he needed to. He got the drug in the guy's drink because he bribed the chef, and basically he lets this guy sleep off the toxins and stuff and tells him that he's going to be there when he gets up, and he's not going to be alone. And sure enough, he wakes up and we get the scene back in the library, and he's not alone. All his help and everything is dead. Everybody that was in the house that was a servant to this guy has been killed one by one. And basically the Penguin tells him that was his downfall. This guy is such a badass, and he's such one of the esteemed killers throughout the DC universe. But his downfall was he relied on his help, that he was getting served by people, that kind of thing. And it's not who this guy is. I mean, he's called to help, and that's why Penguin has been saying, this isn't you. So he beats the crap out of him, and I almost thought he was going to kill him, but no, he doesn't, because we get the scene over here. And I think he was featured in the first episode, the first issue, but we get Penguin, and now we see the help is literally helping Penguin, and he kind of, narrates this different version of the story now that he's retired, and he's like, well, I still got some life, to live, and maybe this is my calling, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do, is help this guy, kind of thing. But that's where the issue leaves us off with. A fantastic issue. I mean, it just, proves why the Penguin is one of, the top Batman's rogues gallery kind of thing. I mean, Penguin is a very calculated and very vicious and evil dude, you know what I'm saying? But it was fantastic, the whole spin to it. I'd say the only thing that I wasn't a big fan of was the whole narration from different points of perspectives, and it's not really a problem in itself, but my problem is it was kind of a little hard to tell who we were supposed to think was talking in their head. I literally had to go back pages to try and figure out, okay, was this the help talking? Was this one of the servants talking? But a small issue. It wasn't that hard to figure out. But that is my review on the Penguin issue number 2. Let me know down below what you thought of this issue. Did you like it? I've heard tons of praise for this. I'm loving it. I'm a big Tom King fan. But guys, that's my review. I will let y'all go. Thanks for watching.